entrepreneurship of Tofe.com. It's really a success story. But what is the definition of success?
What is the definition of success?
To you?
I don't know. It's a journey. And it'll end when my life will end. There is no definition of success for me. I'm not trying to get anywhere. I know people tell me, my friends are off the bat, be thankful, you're blessed. I am blessed. I'm blessed that I don't go to bed hungry. I'm blessed that I don't worry about what my daughter is going to eat. I am blessed that way. But I'm also very, my heart is at unrest because in my country there are a lot of people, a lot of kids who go hungry. And this is a very goody-goody conversation, so to speak, so I don't want to go into the detail of that, but that remains in the background conversation in my mind. And
when you come to Karachi and you see that, your daughter, she's having a very comfortable life, and same age group children standing at the traffic, stuck at the red traffic light, knocking at the windows of our Prados. What do you feel at that time?
That I don't have a Prado. No, those kids were even those visions and those scenarios were even disturbing even before I left from Pakistan and before I had a daughter who had a privileged life. And initially I used to think giving them 10 rupees, going out giving them food was the answer, and maybe it was for a little bit, but now I'm realizing that changing the whole mindset and conversation is the answer to this problem, and I am just a very, very, very small part of that.
You see, success is something like going up to the Everest, winning the highest peak of the world, Everest, symbolically or allegorically. So when you go there, and you were there, from our point of view, you are a young professional, but you made it. Then after going there, what is there left?
I want to tell you, and I didn't want to make it there. So I don't want to, going to the top of Everest is not my goal. It can be somebody's goal. It's not my goal. So yes, I am there, and I think that I see why I'm there now. Because especially me, I can make a difference, I believe. And even if I start making a difference, like if you have ever seen there's a thing called shock. When you put it in a pool and you put only a few drops, the whole pool goes shocked clean. And am I or somebody like me or very few people around the world like me are that kind of shock for a big pool like Pakistan? It might happen. Really, I don't want to undermine what I've succeeded. I don't want to undermine that I'm a successful person. Yes, I've completed my education, I have to this and that, but I didn't aim for it. It happened to me.
And besides all these things, mundane treadmills, you have another balcony of life, that is poetry.
Yes.
You write poetry.
Yes.
So tell us something about your poetry.
I think poetry, as you mentioned earlier, my dad is a very, very successful poet, and I was so exposed to it, mushairas and all that, and then I became dad's janashin, so to speak. So wherever I'm going, initially I would just go with him to all the mushairas because he wanted somebody to go with him. And of the three of his offsprings, I was the most busy writer, so because I would write. And serious. My brother writes too, but he's a comedy poet. That's how it happened, and it's just whatever goes in your heart and your mind, you write it down on a piece of paper and you show it to your dad and sometimes your friend, and they correct it because I got nothing to do with the real poetry.
But is there any necessity of putting the grammatical frame into a poetry, whatever comes out of your heart comes spontaneously. So this hegemony of good poets that it should have rhyme and rhythm and grammar and whatnot, I don't know.
I tell you that being a poet myself, I can tell you that somebody is either a poet or not. You cannot learn to be a poet. It's a natural talent. Like somebody's an artist, somebody's an writer. So when you hear somebody writing just hodgepodge, this is not real poetry. But you still have to learn some values. I also am not very strict. You don't take the punchline out because it's not fitting your grammatical lines
black
and margins,
box.
the black
box.
Yes, yes. But one has to be the poet to start with, and so no credit to me again because I am a poet. When I write something, I look at it and say I cannot. If you say Muniza, write something for me right now, I cannot.
But now, can you recall any of your poetry that you want to recite for our listeners or friends? 2-3 lines or whatever comes.
Sure, it's all in Urdu.
No problem.
Okay, and I would just say a few share of a ghazal I recently wrote. तुम जो रखते थे बचाकर मुझे दौलत की तरह, तुम जो रखते थे बचाकर मुझे दौलत की तरह, मैं बिखरने लगी बाजार में शोहरत की तरह। तुम जो रखते थे बचाकर मुझे दौलत की तरह, मैं बिखरने लगी बाजार में शोहरत की तरह। ये भी कहता है कि मैं चांद हूँ उसके घर का, ये भी कहता है कि मैं चांद हूँ उसके घर का, और रखता है मुझे दूसरी औरत की तरह। सुर्ख जोड़े में बिकूं या बिकूं बाज़ारों में, सुर्ख जोड़े में बिकूं या बिकूं बाज़ारों में, दाम लगते हैं मेरे रोज़ तिजारत की तरह। और अब मुझे डर नहीं लगता, अब मुझे डर नहीं लगता शबे तन्हाई से, अब मुझे डर नहीं लगता शबे तन्हाई से, नाम दोहराती हूँ तेरा किसी आयत की तरह। तुम जो रखते थे छुपा कर।
Thank you very much, and I will not congratulate you. I would rather congratulate your father, Gauss Matravi. And I think the way he tried to keep that daulat or diamond intact, it's there.
Well, thank you.
Friends, that was Dr. Muniza Shah, and it's just the beginning of a chess game. We'll invite her again to our lounge. Till then, bye. Stay blessed.